Welcome to episode 4 of our nutritional series. Today's topic for What's What is probiotics. My name is Desiree Martin. I'll be presenting today. And this will be also recorded and placed on our YouTube channel as well. You're welcome to subscribe to that. So all 4 of our episodes are now uploaded, and stay tuned for more healthy topics coming soon. But for today, our topic is probiotics. And kind of just thinking to yourself why you're here today. Why is this something you're interested in? What does probiotics mean to you? What do you think of when you hear prebiotics or microbiome, things like that? In 2012, the National Health Interview Survey indicated that approximately 4 million adults in the U.S. had used probiotics or prebiotics in the last month. And between 2007 and 2012, the use of probiotics quadrupled. And despite their popularity, it is important to recognize that probiotics are an emerging area. In other words, there's still a lot we don't know. So maybe you are here and you don't know anything about probiotics, and that's why you're here. You know a little bit and just want to learn more. Or maybe you were prescribed by your doctor and wasn't fully explained. This will take about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll go ahead and dive in. So what exactly are probiotics? They are commonly known as the good bacteria. They're living microorganisms that may offer health benefits. And they're found in food sources where they occur naturally or can be added during preparation. Dietary supplements and non-food sources such as skin creams. Probiotics might help support certain functions in the body. So for example, you can think of some of the good bacteria helps our body to produce vitamins, break down food, and eliminate microorganisms that cause diseases. Many of these, the same good bacteria can be found in probiotic products. So the probiotics can have many different organisms in them. The 2 mostly common known broad groups of bacteria are, see if I can pronounce this correctly, Bifidobacterium, Lactobacillus, and Saccharomyces may be used in probiotics. So some great terms to practice on your own if you'd like. So which of the following possible food sources are probiotics? Kind of testing your knowledge here. A, yogurt. B, sauerkraut. C, tempeh. Kind of just giving you some time to think here. Answer is all of the above. So many foods that contain probiotics are fermented foods. Other examples of foods that may contain probiotics could be kefir, kimchi, miso, and aged cheeses, which most people do hear of aged cheeses before anything else. Something interesting there. So have you heard of microbiomes? So it's kind of what we're going to talk about here. The microbiome is made up of trillions of microorganisms. So things you can think of, bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, basically these microorganisms living in and on the body. So the biggest numbers live in the intestines, for example. In fact, microorganisms outnumber human cells 10 to 1. Every person is unique by microbiome. It's influenced by things like genetics, your surroundings, medications, and then your diet. It plays an important role in keeping the body running smoothly and is believed to help with things like immunity and even synthesizing certain vitamins and amino acids. There are new links between the gut microbiome and other health factors being discovered all the time. So for example, we are learning more about the link between the gut and the brain and a possible connection to certain health issues. The microbiome is a growing area of research, and interest in probiotics has grown as a possible way to help keep it balanced and healthy. One way to describe microbiome, to kind of group all this together and help you a little bit here, is a bustling microscopic city living within each of us. So most of the microbes are helpful. Even though some are potentially harmful, they usually don't cause problems in a healthy body. However, certain things such as an infection, certain diets, antibiotics, and some other medications may upset the balance. So what are some possible uses for probiotics? There are different effects in the body. So they might help the good bacteria in the digestive tract to be in better balance after some types of disturbances. For example, after someone has taken antibiotics or has been affected by a certain disease, they may help repopulate the good intestinal bacteria. They assist the barrier in the digestive tract to inhibit growth of bad bacteria. They also help boost the immune system and manage symptoms caused by irritable bowel syndrome. A lot of people know IBS. It's really important for me to let you know not all probiotics are created equal, and they're also very complex ones. One type may be very helpful in one type of illness, but not for other illnesses. Their effects may also vary from person to person. So there's some evidence that probiotics can help, and there's much more research needed at this point to help decide which probiotics can be more beneficial and how much to take. That's why it's important to talk with your doctor as well. So are probiotics regulated? Following vitamins and minerals, probiotics are the third most common dietary supplement for adults. The USDA, so the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, has not approved any probiotics to treat or prevent health disease. Since many probiotics are sold as dietary supplements, they don't need to be approved by the FDA to be sold. Supplements can make claims on how they can affect the body, but they cannot say that it reduces disease risks without the FDA's approval. The amount of scientific evidence on dietary supplements varies greatly. As I stated earlier, there's much more info available on some products than others as well. So if you're planning to use supplements, be a wise consumer. Make sure you understand what you're taking and the possible risks and benefits, just like anything else. You can visit the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health to learn more about supplement use. I also have a handout too that I can share with you that has plenty of resources on it. After kind of hearing about this, are they actually safe for me? Like, how do I know? And I'll kind of describe that. So making sure that anyone who is thinking about taking a probiotic supplement should talk with their doctor first, especially women who are pregnant or nursing, children, or anyone with a health condition specifically. So for those in good health, probiotics seem to be generally safe, and a common side effect is usually gas. However, research on safety is limited. So if you're critically ill patient, those with weakened immune systems, surgical patients, and very ill infants may not be safe for. The side effect for these individuals can be harmful infections, and then the usage of probiotics has outpaced the science behind them. So again, can't emphasize enough, talk to your healthcare provider before taking a probiotic or any dietary supplement for that matter. Ways to support your gut health. We're going to dive into a little bit more about prebiotics, which are a natural part of food we cannot digest. They are certain kinds of dietary fiber. And a lot of people, you'll hear, kind of use probiotics and prebiotics interchangeably. Well, they do not work together. They are not the same thing. So let's dive into a little bit more about that. So eating a diet rich in variety of plant-based foods is one way to help promote a healthy gut. Prebiotics are found in whole grains, beans, and certain fruits and vegetables. So you can think of artichoke, garlic, onions, asparagus, a few other examples, bananas, oats, whole wheat foods, things like that. Another thing is add fiber to your diet gradually, so be careful there. And then making sure drinking plenty of fluids so it prevents constipation. All prebiotics are types of dietary fiber, but not all dietary fibers are prebiotics. That's also important to know. Just a side note there. So there's been a great deal of research done on probiotics, and they might be one way to improve gut health, but there's still more to learn about and impact the body. So there's more research needed to know which probiotics to take, when, how much, how often, how long. Again, I kind of spoke on that earlier. So So if you have questions, it is best to talk with your healthcare provider. But the bottom line is probiotics are complex. The probiotic products contain different types of probiotic microorganisms, and each have a different kind of effect on the body. So how each person can be affected also varies from one person to another. So consult your healthcare provider before taking the dietary supplement, especially if you have any health conditions. Again, I spoke earlier on this, and especially if you're pregnant, nursing, or thinking about giving it to your child, it's extremely important to talk to your child's healthcare provider first. Just summarizing everything there. So kind of just learning a little bit more about the difference between probiotics and prebiotics. And, obviously we talked a little bit more on probiotics and that stuff. What can you do next? Like after talking with your healthcare provider, what are some small steps? So these are just a few small steps. So if you wish to share other examples, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear that. Otherwise, again, there's more resources and links in our handout. So you could talk with a healthcare provider for taking those probiotics and what's right for you. You could try a fermented food such as a yogurt, miso, kefir, sauerkraut. You can add a serving of beans to a meal and then choose a whole grain bread in place of regular bread. And those last two suggestions to support plant-based eating and intake of prebiotics to support the gut health. So some great next steps there. Yes, that kind of concludes our topic of probiotics. I definitely would be more than happy to send resources to everyone. And I encourage you to look at other healthy topics, nutrition topics that we posted on our YouTube page. Carbs, fats, and proteins are other topics talked about in the series. And just to kind of stay tuned for some other healthy topics, we'll be presenting another series coming soon, as well as some, home prep cook tips from Hannah and I, and recipes and things like that. So I want to thank you for joining, learning a little bit more about probiotics and prebiotics and your dietary supplements. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself or Hannah. Open to any feedback, suggestions on next topics. All right, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.